Hi guys, in this video we're going to look at how to manipulate an object's pivot. So the pivot point is where it rotates around, okay, where everything happens from, is where you move it from, where you scale it from, and we can manipulate that pivot in numerous different ways, and some of your tools will actually reset your pivot. So if I select both of these objects here, let's move them over to the side actually, and we're going to combine them together. So if I hit combine, you'll notice that my pivot has actually moved, and it's moved it to the center. It might sometimes move it to the origin. Okay, so let's say it moved it to the origin. So if I just snap this to the origin now, it may be here, which means now when you're moving it around, it's quite tricky. It's rotating about an odd point sort of thing now, and if I scale it, it's maybe not quite doing what I want it to do there. So what we could do is we could go up to modify and center our pivot. So this is the easiest way to center a pivot to an object. Okay, now what I did to move it manually was I held down D on my keyboard. So you can see the spam at the bottom of the screen here. So wherever, if I hold D down, I can move the pivot. So I can snap this to things like the grid. So if I hold D, then I hold X, I can snap this to the grid. So if I need to move an object's pivot to the origin, then I could move it perfectly there. Okay, I could then duplicate this and maybe put a negative scale on the X, or the Z, sorry. Let's try the X first. Okay, so it's now mirrored it about that point. Let's duplicate it again. Put a negative on the Z. So it's now mirroring it about this pivot point down the bottom here. So this was an old school way of mirroring things. But yeah, manipulating an object's pivot, you can go up to modify and then you can center those pivots to center it to the object, or you can hold D and then put this pivot wherever you need that pivot to be. Okay, so in this video we've looked at how to manipulate an object's pivot. Okay, thank you very much guys.